Hey everyone, welcome to the Spring 2017 final project as displayed in ASP.NET. I do have a couple websites open already. I have one here under Edge and one here under Chrome, just to show some functionality when it comes to login. So I'm going to go ahead and close down the one here on Edge. And we get a good idea of what's happening here. Now, what I attempted to do was open the default website. You can see that located right up there. But what I want to show right here is if I try to open up authors, and I'm going to change that to Edge, and I control F5, and you can see that even if I try to open up a whole separate website, all it does is it brings me to this login page. And what's really special about this login page is that it will allow me to either type in my username and password that I have already set, or allow me to register as a new user. And if I go ahead and click register as a new user, I'm going to go ahead and type in some information here. CIS311.01, I know that's available, and then I'm just going to use generic password. You do have to type this in twice. It does require at least a certain number of characters as well as a special character. I'm going to go with a generic email address. This is not really, we're not really saving much of the information inside here for an actual website. If we were, we'd be concerned about capturing this email and validating it. So I'm going to go ahead and create that user. And then I'm going to return to user, sign on. You can see here that it automatically signs me onto the site, but I just want to show that the sign on functionality does work as well. Now, I just created CS311.06, but let's log into CS311.01 because Chrome has already saved my username and password. So I'm going to click the login feature right there, and it brings me directly to my home page. From there, I do have the title bar up at top. I don't know if you noticed that that was non-existent here before I logged in. So I cannot navigate to any other page. Even if I went ahead and changed the information up here inside the title bar, I was not navigating to any other page before I logged in. So I do have my HTML links, my hypertext links, excuse me, right up here at the top. So this is my home page. If I wanted to take a look at titles, now this information is coming directly from a database that was populated using SQL. And you take a look at all the information. Now this is pulling all this information directly from the database, so it's dynamically linked to that database. And what's interesting is I can insert a new title. So let's go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to name this Spring Final Project. And I'm going to create the price as $100. I do have a range on there from 1 to 100. If I happen to type in, say, 101, you'll see where it gives me an error date. And I can also do validation for the actual publication date. So notes, I'm not going to worry about this too much. So I'm going to go ahead and click insert, and you see here the price must be between 1 and 100. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce the price of the final project down to 100 and then I'm going to go ahead and change the publication date to XYZ and see what happens there. And so yeah, go ahead and enter a valid date as well. So it does do validation, and let's just throw in a date there. That should work. And we've go ahead and inserted that. Now I called that Spring Final Project, and you see that it was dynamically generated right back into the website. It is right on down here, which is really neat. It runs in real time. Now, if, for instance, if I wanted to sort this title list, which can get lengthy, what I can do is I can click right on down here, sort by publisher. Right now there's nothing under G, 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 and G. Let's go ahead and take a look at say these folks right on down here. You can see that there is a list of books by publisher, the name, the price, the title. So this is dynamically generated, and then of course I can change all these in order to get different information. I'm going to return to the complete list there, which we're already familiar with. Now let's take a look at authors. Authors here I have set up with paging. It only displays 5 results at a time, and then of course you can change the page at any time. So let's take it back right here, and part of the CRUD interface is not only can I create like I did under title, but I can also edit and delete. So let's take a look at Marjorie Brown here. I'm going to go ahead and Marjorie Brown, I'm going to change her last name to Black. The rest of it looks good. I didn't say, for instance, Marjorie got married. Now I'm going to go ahead and click update. and it goes right on back. You see Marjorie back has already been updated right here inside the system. So again, dynamically updating the system. I can also remove, so let's add a new author here. I'm going to add myself, and bam, look at that. That's fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and insert myself. So I've inserted a brand new author, and if we go all the way, it is set up alphabetically. So let's go to page number 4 here. There I am right there. I can go ahead and either edit that information, change the address to 123 C Street, and then of course update that information as well. And let's go right back onto where I was. It doesn't actually display the street, so let's change the phone number. Let's change something that you can see. I'm going to go 207-555-5555. So let's go ahead and update that and head right on back to where I am. And you can see that the updated information is right there. I can also delete author's information. I'm going to delete myself from the system because I haven't actually written anything. So delete, and there I am, gone. So that was a great feature right there. It shows a lot of the CRUD information. Publisher information, this is just showing a list of publishers. This is pulling directly from the database. And then of course I have my logout feature. This completely logs me out, eliminates the session cookie, and then of course if I close my web browser I'd get the same result. So if you take a look at what's happening here inside Visual Studio, I'm just going to close that. You can see a list of the databases up here. This right here is actually my user database, and if we go ahead and take a look at the tabular data, you'll see that, you remember earlier inside the film I generated C Stevens 6. So there it is right there. And of course C Stevens 1 is the user that I logged in under. And then of course this right down here, the My Bookstore, this is where it's pulling all this information. So everything that was added, deleted, updated, or changed is actually found in all this information. So, and again, I can show the table data. And there it is. They have Marjorie Black. Remember, we changed her last name. So everything is looking fantastic. I hope you enjoy this. I enjoyed this project much more than I have others. So I hope you all have a great summer. Thank you and have a great day.